Yes, yes, yes. And I'm here in the airport. Where is everyone? Look at that. The heart is right over my shoulder. And I love an airport. Looking for love in the airport. I actually didn't plan for the heart to be just over my shoulder. Maybe that's telling me something. Because I had to really speak life into myself today. And I don't know if anyone has, well, let me tell you my story. I just have had a interesting wave of what's up, Canceller Cat Mom? Interesting wave of feelings that I feel, I allow myself to feel them, and then I release them. And the beauty of that is being aware. I don't push things down. I feel it. If I have to cry, if I have to journal, that's what I do. And it could be several things. However, I'm traveling to be with my family for Thanksgiving, and I just felt like I had to speak love into myself. And when you feel that way, who do you call upon? Who can you call upon? What friend, what person can just give you a word? Especially when we feel hopeless or we feel lonely. Okay, I'm moving so we'll connect. There we go. It should be connected now. Hi, Aaron, Counselor Cat Mom. Am I unfrozen now? Okay, I see the green light, so I'll make the assumption that I'm unfrozen. Excellent. Yeah, I had to really talk some words into myself because it's sometimes these waves of thank you for the likes of just what our body feels. And I also believe I will reflect back and think, okay, did something happen on this day? Because at times our body always stores things. So if it was a day where you had an accident or something happened, you may still feel that effect 10 years later. And I had to speak to myself. I had to reframe what I was feeling. And I'm sharing this because it happens to us. And also, I'll be celebrating a birthday this upcoming weekend. And I was thinking, man, well, who am I celebrating with? All of these arbitrary things that we feel are important or give importance to us. Yeah, with pleasure, because I have to be open about that to share how I worked around it, because it was pretty intense. Just through transitions in life. Typically, I would be with a partner, and this time I'm not. The partner is me, and how that shows up. And knowing it's momentary. Like in the moment, it may feel overwhelming, or it may feel like it is overtaking our entire being. And it's only for those moments. It will pass. It will pass. I then put on my red lipstick because I always feel better with my red lipstick. And I'm always open to what the day will bring. What the day will bring. So looking for love in the airport as I'm in the airport, and just, whew, knowing everything is working out. Everything really is working out. What's up, Fun with Tammy? Because what is the other option? I can feel miserable. I can have the feeling because I'm not feeling, I am not miserable. If I have the feeling of being sad or miserable, it's a feeling. Feel it, cry, do what I need to do to experience it and let it go. And I, with my hopefuls, enjoy this transparency because I will say, where is this coming from? Okay, all right, I'm feeling this. This is a feeling I'm currently having. I'll allow it to wave through me, and then I will just continue on. Because this is speaking, especially I do it on TikTok every day, almost. I've been uploading a lot into YouTube, and there's some beautiful opportunities that have developed and are developing, and it's still like, how is this happening? Am I on the right track? Is this for me? Thank you, Mark Stevenson. Should I continue? I mean, I can't quit. I can't just say, you guys, the Hope is Speaking TikTok will no longer be, I will no longer speak. That it's too far in for that. That's not an option. And to learn from that, because it could be my Chicago downtown. What's in Chicago downtown? John Caesar. What is in Chicago downtown? Thank you, Elias. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Because I love seeing this young lady too, and I love seeing her smile. So in the airport, and I've shared with, I don't know if I've shared it with my hopefuls, my TikTok people. I have a bit of something I work through when going to the airport because I'm still releasing the former flight attendant because 15 years, that was my life. So now when I go to the airport, there's a bit of anxiousness and a bit of, because it was my workplace for such a long time. So at times it still feels like it, where I'm mentally preparing myself, or I feel myself preparing for what could be, and I have to check myself. And as I was going to the airport, someone said, the person dropping me off said, "Are you anxious to go see your parents?" And I was like, well, I'm still working through being anxious every time I go to the airport, because it's not just like the average person who goes to the airport to get on a flight. This was a profession for all of my adult life. And it's more than just going through this place to get somewhere. There's so much connected to it that I am still physically and mentally aware of and unraveling. So I do journal differently before I go to the airport. I have like an airport meditation. And I'm aware. And this is to share about awareness. I was aware that there was just a feeling within me. I was aware of it. I allowed it to show up. I allowed it to speak to me. I allowed whatever I was feeling to be felt, and then I go on. I really just allow it. If it's laughter, if it's tears, if it's a pensive moment, if it's whatever it is, I feel it, and I allow that wave to come because it's showing up for some reason. for me to suppress it or not to feel it or to deny it, I don't think is beneficial to my body, to my mental health, and to my overall health. And if something makes you sad, crying is an effect. So I don't even agree when people say, oh, don't cry. Listen, that's a emotion. That's a human emotion that is necessary, and let it flow. And then go put on your red lipstick and continue on with life. I've learned to just manage these things where I feel it, I allow it to be felt, I'll journal it, I'll feel whatever needs to come. I'll sometimes try to understand, okay, what is this from? Oh, okay, it's from this. That makes sense. All right, well, what do I need in this moment? Do I need just time? Do I need some water? Do I need to sit down? Is this from just being around a lot of people? Yassine, exactly. And I do believe it could be exaggerated depending on where you are. If someone else is feeling that, because if we're talking about emotions, I will say, is this mine? Or am I asking, I don't understand, Eric Armstrong, why did you type Jesus? Is that a feeling? It could be you're picking up from somebody else's discomfort. I don't know. However, I will share that this is how I work through it, because these moments come. I do live in a very positive state. Oh, okay, for you. Okay, so if you're crying, do you ask Jesus to rectify your discomfort? Explain that to me. And the transparency is just a part of it. Yeah, well, in Western society, we aren't well versed with death, especially in Western society. There's several other cultures that actually have a cycle where you wail and you cry and you gather with people, or you go into solitude like it's expected. But in Western society, it's we don't even talk about transition. We don't talk about it. We kind of know it's going to happen, but it's not something that you actively engage in talking about. And it doesn't really help. It doesn't allow the growth of what may come from grief. And I can say that from my experience of having someone close to me transitioning. And that can be a difficult process, and it can be a process we can grow from. And it comes in waves, and it's ever present. I don't believe it's, okay, I'm sad for 2 weeks and I go on. It may be lifelong. To me, it's not. But Yassine, if that is, I would sit with that and say, why? I choose to be present, and this is what I learned with transition, even a transition of an animal. The time that I have with them is the time that I have with them. So every moment is present and savored, because it will not be forever. And same with me. I like to say I live in the expectation that this will end. I don't know when. And that's also has its ways of being, because I do just, it's not that I take chances, but I always think, well, what if? So I'm going to try. I'm going to pursue. I want a full, meaningful experience. I typically will take the road less traveled. I'm doing that now, speaking and building a brand and a business. This is something. Thank you for the heart, me, King. Is an act of love for myself every day. And I share when I'm like, what am I doing? I share that too. And I share when you're the only one holding yourself back. What you want out of life isn't too far-fetched. Sure, and that is true, and I live by that. However, as someone who has lived by that, it is a much easier statement to say than to experience. To say, yeah, it's you. It is definitely me. To say, you know what, forget this. I'm leaving this occupation to build something else. I would always tell someone to do that, but I don't know what most people would do. The belief of what security is may be more comfortable. My belief, there is no security. There is no such thing as security. The only thing that could be learned from the pandemic is the security that you believe is there is only that, a belief. My goal is to create my security. I'm the only thing that can keep me secure. And that comes with what it comes with. So there's that too. I really appreciate the gift, King, and thank you for the heart and the fire emoji. Furthermore, it's just, I made a post about life feeling weird because it can. It can. And maybe around the holidays it does. I don't know. It depends on how an individual feels being around their family or celebrating the holidays. I don't really put too much effort into the holidays. I like the beauty of gathering with family, but outside of that, I'm not one to celebrate really any holidays. And because I lived outside of the U.S. so long, in England, Thanksgiving and Halloween and all of these things aren't celebrated anyway. Sure, yeah, everyone has a different experience of what a holiday may mean. I'm open to that and believe that completely. And even the loss of people that you had celebrated with before, that you no longer celebrate with. Sure, yeah, for food, I completely agree. And for me, a holiday is to be with my Christmases, but outside of that, no. Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's, but there's no Thanksgiving or Halloween or any of our like Veterans Days, any of those days. No, they aren't celebrated anywhere except the U.S. Or North America, at least. Every country has its own set of holidays. So flow through the discomfort or for whatever you feel, because our experience is individual and unique to each and every one of us. Not for me, because I'm in a different society, so it wasn't a shock for me. It was a lesson, but it wasn't shocking like it took my breath away. That's the beauty of travel, and I think to take it a step further, that's the beauty of living in a place that is unfamiliar from your space. So no, it was not a culture shock. And after I turned 18, really, I stopped celebrating all of those things. It just, even Valentine's Day, it's not a big deal to me. None of these things are. Now, every day I treat it like it is a Christmas or Valentine's Day. However, it's something to generate revenue. So there's that part. And birthdays too. I guess I was feeling, not I guess, I know I was feeling somewhat of the milestone birthday. Yeah, Adrian, it's just ridiculous. It's a made up thing that sometimes my perspective, so much attention and energy is put into this. You need to buy this, and you need this candle, and you need this music, and you need to do this because it's Christmas or things like that. As an adult, that's the beauty of seeing the world. And that is a place of growth, to be able to see the world and understand that everything is only central to that location. It doesn't mean anything. But back to, I need to do my airport outfit OOTD because I had said on my live a couple days ago, do not show up to the airport in pajamas or sweats. The airport, as someone who has spent extensive time during my time of being a flight attendant, the airport is the world's intersection. If you want to meet someone, if you want to make new friends, if you're open to a new love interest, if you're just open to seeing different, a great space to people watch, that's the airport. But you're going to get overlooked when you go in your pajamas. It's such a special place. And to see it in that space, to see the airport as that special place, it's not where pajamas are wanted. Let me say that. From Hope. This is solely from me. Feet from me. No pajamas. What does your parents have to do with how you would show up at the airport? I don't know how those two go together at all. So I would recommend just a nice, like you were going to, well, I don't know. Most Americans are very, very casual. So you just go to your gate. I don't think there's anything else for you to do at the airport. I'm speaking of just how you prepare yourself. A bonnet, pajamas, shirts with holes in it, sweats that are tattered. If that's how you feel you want to show yourself, then fine. This is all my perspective. It, again, means nothing. But if you go to the airport suited and booted, or at least, some nice jeans, whatever, just a nice outfit, there is a quality about that because it is the world's intersection. How do I want to be viewed? I don't know how I want to be viewed, but I know how I present myself, I'll be viewed. I'll be viewed with interest. I don't categorize how I want to be viewed, but I know how I prepare myself, I would be viewed with interest. Where someone may say, wow, that person, that I don't care about how I'm seen in the world because that varies. I don't know. If how I'm viewed within the U.S. is different from how I'm viewed in Brazil, which is different how I'd be viewed in Japan, which is different from how I'd be viewed in France, which would be different from how I'm viewed in, say, like Nigeria. So there's not an expectation how I want people to see me. I'm just open to them seeing me. I'm open to them seeing me. But I have no expectations on how I want people to see me. That is not a productive way of directing my energy, and furthermore, it's not something that I will ever truly know or have control over it. Yeah, that I don't care about either. I just, thank you, Martha Tway. Yeah, and even that, it just all depends. I'm always dressed well, just because I like to. And I saw that with my mother and father and grandparents and uncles and aunts. They dressed well. I spoke about my grandmother always having her lipstick and her blush. I love, like, my red nail. There's elements about me that I appreciate. And it may be linked to how people see me. What's up, Micah? However, yeah, I look good. I feel good. And even today, as I started out and I was feeling, I don't even have to label it. I allowed myself to feel it. And I said, okay, what would make me feel better in this moment? A red lipstick. Red lipstick always makes me feel better. I saw your performance. Congratulations. You lit that stage up, Micah. You lit Tin Roof up. Micah Da Vinci is he's an unstoppable artist out of Florida. Check him out. He plays 7 instruments. He writes, he produces, he arranges. He's a phenomenal being. Yeah, I always come to the airport. I have an airport meditation because, as I said, I was a flight attendant for 15 years. So I would prepare myself and I would say, I am so excited. I'm going to have the most positive airport experience. Every interaction is going to be uplifting and engaging. What's up, Mag? Yeah, I'll upload it to my YouTube page. I already have on Hope is Speaking, my YouTube page. I already have just like positive morning affirmations and meditation. And maybe I'll record that while I'm on the flight as well, my meditation, because it just is like words of every person that I interact with is pleasant and uplifting and helpful, instead of, I don't want to go, security's going to be terrible, I got to take my shoes off, I never get a good seat. I never say that. I always say I get the best seat. I'm always going to be upgraded. A hot guy is going to sit right next to me. Someone who wants to work with me is going to want to talk to me because of my red lipstick. Like, I start thinking in the most miraculously dreamy ways. And that's what I love about the airport. That's what I love about the airport. I usually have my water canteen. What's up, Clint? Thank you, Malik, for the follow. That says positive energy. But today is a short flight because I'm just going to California to be with my parents. I'm doing fantastic, Malik. Fantastic. I'm in the airport, about to fly to see my parents, be with my parents. And a part of me dressing, like, let me show you, because you know I'm big with vintage. That guy looks like this guy I went out with. Am I a reporter? I can be. I report about how to live a good life, Malik. What you talking about? Yeah, I'm a reporter of how to live a good life. That's what I'm reporting on. I like to travel light. Like, I have very little. I bring my backpack and my Toomey suitcase, and that is it. Thank you, Aaron. Do I? Yeah, I have wonderful speaking voice. That's why I'm a speaker. Go look at my TED Talk. You can look at my TED Talk, go to YouTube, put in Hope TED or Hope Emergency Landing You Need. There's a reason why my voice is like this. And my parents were pretty astute. There's ways that we could talk in the house. And they were on us as far as how we spoke. Yeah, but that's also a lesson in life. Because when my niece, when I have speaking engagements as my assistant, she'll bring all of this stuff. And I said, this is a key to life. That's correct, articulating the vision. I love that. You pack what you will wear. You don't pack what you think you will wear. So I will have, I have a pair of jeans that can go with these 3 different shirts. I have a black dress that can go on a date or a professional dinner. I have a jacket, a blazer, 3 workout outfits. That's it. Instead of, I don't know, let me bring 5 dresses and these different jeans and this, You pack for what you're going to wear, not what you think you're going to wear. And furthermore, you can always buy something. I could always go to a thrift store and buy a sweatshirt, or because I love thrift and vintage, I can always buy it. But I'd rather go with less and come back with more than go with more and not wear 60% of it. Because most of it you won't wear. Pack the outfits that you will wear. I could wear this with this jacket. I don't know what I'm going to wear, so I'm going to overpack. That's ridiculous. Your bag is heavy. And then when you ask a nice gentleman, hey, can you put my bag up? He slips his disc because your bag is 700 pounds. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm a master packer. But I learned from my dad because when we went on one of my favorite vacations, the whole family, my mom, my dad, and all 4 of my sisters, because I have 4 sisters, we went to Maui for 2 weeks for Christmas. And being the little fashionista, what's up, Tree, that I brought 3 bags, 1 bag just of shoes, and then 2 bags of clothes. And I think I was 13. And my dad was like, okay, Hope, no, you get 1 carry-on. And I probably threw a fit and cried. But I just said, okay, I'll bring this pair of shoes and this pair of shoes and this. So then, as a flight attendant, I really refined that. There's so much you don't wear. Now, this vintage jacket that I have is reversible. So let me show you. So this vintage jacket is really cool. It has a horse in this, but then it's reversible and it's another jacket, but it's actually somewhat heavy and it's cool. And this is my style, So I love things that can be worn in different ways. I love a backpack. I love Henry Bendel is now no longer. It was a notable designer department store in New York for ages. But I believe it shut right before or during COVID. I love pockets. I don't really wear perfume. I wear a lot of different essential oils. So today, since I was coming to the airport, I have on lavender essential oil because that's very calming. I have on lavender. I have a little tea tree oil, and I have neroli. How did I baby, I've always had style, but I believe, yes, essential oils, and I'll mix a bunch. I love jasmine. What's up, MJ Blackwood? I love jasmine. I love lavender. I love rose oil, rose absolute. I love sandalwood. I'll mix, and then especially in my hair, because as you walk by, the fragrance just goes with them. Am I flying? I didn't know. You didn't send me. You didn't send me the ticket or the money to shop to come and see you, Darren. Yeah, my style, I believe, through my travels, especially from, I'm always looking at the flight attendants because I will know a bunch of them. I learned really, I've said this before, I don't believe Americans know how to have style. I mean, they have a style. It's not a great style. But living like in London for all of those years, living in Paris, traveling the world, seeing the different styles, then I could arrange things better. Plus, I've always loved clothing. I know how to sew, I knit, I collect vintage clothing. I would tear things apart and re-sew it. So I've created my own. And working in fashion or fashion adjacent. Okay, sure. Yeah, every place has style, though. Europe has style. If you're in France or Italy, it's different because clothing is a part of the culture. Somebody in your family will be a shoe cobbler, and 7 generations have been making the shoes and tanning the leather and sewing together the leather and putting the bottom of the shoe on, so you understand the integrity of the shoe. You understand the quality of the shoe. You understand how to shine a shoe. You understand how to dye the hide. A grandmother, there would be someone who is a tailor. There would be someone who works with fabric. That's not something we have in American culture. This is what I'm speaking about. Same in places like Japan or China, where I love the style there. I love the style everywhere. South America. I love Brazil for its bright patterns and colors. Sometimes the style reflects the temperature. Yeah, embrace. I like to embrace as well as show my style. And there's something unique about just like, I have core pieces that you can build upon. Well, Lady Rowena, build it. I would say, okay, I have a nude shirt, and I would go to Google and say, how do I style a nude shirt? And then go to images and see how people are styling them and just try it. Cashmere sweater. How to style cashmere sweater. Sure, Darren. Style is what you create. When you see me, you will know there is something unique about me, even down to this. There's something unique that will show. Every time I'm dressing, there's one unique piece. I may have something that is classic, but I like one thing that is unique. I have signature elements about me. It may be my red lipstick or a red nail. Oftentimes a tailored pant because I have a small frame, so I learned this from my father. Get a tailor. If I'm going to go to Goodwill or Salvation Army and thrift some well-made trousers and pants, I can invest 10, 15, 20 bucks to have them tailored to me because I have long legs and some kind of a small waist, 5'8". But I'm small. That looks great. Tailoring. I'm all for tailoring. Maybe just a nice stud earring. Whatever it is, but learn what it is. Learn what you want to look like. Do you want to look regal? Do you want to look powerful? Do you want to look masculine? Do you want to look feminine? Do you want to look edgy? Do you want to look polished? And actually research what that means. It doesn't often mean tight. That's something that Americans love. Not fitted, but tight. Tight, like stretchy tight. No. The sexiest silhouette to a woman is a dress that drapes her body. Not tight and constricting, but it perfectly drapes her body. And sure, yeah, that's a vibe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a shopper, but I know what I like. I like quality. If it's something that's well made, I like the integrity of products. So I will spend because of the integrity of the product. And I've been doing that for a while because clothes, there is a time where I would pass it on to like my nieces or nephews or if I had kids. But I'm typically not going to just buy something because it doesn't cost a lot. I'm looking at the integrity of the garment as well as what the garment looks like. And then I changed it up. I made a post about envisioning who you want to be. I naturally have, you see how curly my hair is, big natural hair. And I should make a post with all of my hairstyles because when my hair is big, it's beautiful. However, when I saw myself as a speaker, I imagined myself with short hair, just very simple makeup on the stage speaking, and I transformed myself into that. Sometimes the next version of you is nothing like the version before. I'm still Hope. I am the same human being. However, how I show up is different, which allows me to come into this different way of being. Even how I dress, yeah, completely. And I think into that. When I thought, what is next? When I left being a flight attendant, what is next? And I really dreamed, like, do I want to be a pop star? Do I want to open a cookie shop? Like, I didn't say, what can I do? I said, what do I want to do? I never think of what is the logical next thing. No, what do I want to do? And then do it. That's how I think. And that's crazy for most people. Am I ever happy? Sure. French fry, thank you for the follow. Meaning what? Well, sure, yeah. So, and happiness, there's happiness, I'm content, I'm full of joy, I'm pretty stable. I do enjoy just the stability of being at a pretty decent space regularly. It may vary from time to time. However, I'm pretty stable and always open to learning. I also do not like, thank you Billy Bob 398 for the follow. I also usually avoid the airport during holidays because I would pick up on like the anxious energy, especially around Christmas. I would not be in the airport after the 21st. Aside from that, I do always love a travel element. What's up, Doobie? And I am always looking for love in the airport. It's the best place to find a friend. Thank you for the heart eyes, Doobie. So with that, what a nice jacket. I donated this beautiful coat because it was just too heavy. And I said, this isn't going to come with me in my next life. And then I thought I should have kept that. But, oh well. A friend of mine may still have it. I don't know. So, yeah, going to see the parents in the airport, flowing through the growth of this human existence, staying in spaces where when I feel, I allow myself to feel and I journal, or I let it flow through me and then continue on. And being optimistic. Being optimistic. Being optimistic for what is next, even in this day, not like just for life. Like, there's some beautiful things going on. I could get on the plane and something will happen that will change my life in the most magnificent way. So always having that expectancy of like great things are happening. Great things are always happening. And in that way, I'm always seeing the great things that are happening. So what is to take from this? If you feel sad, lonely, want to cry, feel like there's no friends or anyone around you, feel it. Feel it all the way. Do not push it away. Feel it. Let it flow through you. And then continue on. Because there is a purpose for that coming up. And I had that thought earlier today. Who is the one that I call? Because I'm often the one that others call. Who do I call? And sometimes it's me. Oftentimes it may be my mom or I reached out to a friend today. But who is it? Yeah, embrace it or just allow it to present itself and let it go. Especially if it's tears. Because tears are healing. When we cry, it sets off something in our brain to start with a soothing, healing process. And I'm sharing this because during the holidays, there can be those times of like discomfort and wanting to have someone around when we don't. And that's okay. That is okay. That is healthy. That is normal. And let it flow through you. Feel it and then go on. Feel it, journal it, drink some water, go outside, get some sun, and move through it. Because there's always better. And I will say that, even if I'm like feeling a moment of sadness, this is okay. And things are always getting better. I don't know how, but they are and they will. And I will expect that. And with that, I'm going to close this live because I'm going to go get on my flight. And expect a great story when I come back on. How about that? So I always close my lives with this. If you haven't seen my TED Talk, it's the link in my bio, has my TED Talk, or you can just go to YouTube and Google TED Hope, the emergency landing you need. It can be inspiring. Thank you, Doobie. And that was my intention. And I've uploaded a lot of my lives onto my YouTube, which is the same name, Hope is Speaking. And I uploaded From Self-Doubt to TED Stage. And that's my YouTube explanation video of what I learned through giving a TED Talk. So check it out. And take care of yourself over the holidays, meaning just allow yourself to show up however you want. Happy, sad, glad, joyful, confused. Because this can be a time that brings about difficulty. And with that, be the reflection of love, because we all come from an infinite source of love. Show up. I showed up today. Show up. Make it look good when you show up. Don't be showing up in no pajamas or them torn up sweatpants or oversized shirts with holes in it. And knowing even the most uncertain times, there's great things on their way. And sometimes those uncertain times, the low times, the sad times, the times where we want to count ourselves out, we want to take ourselves out, it may be to feel that low to know what a true high is, because something great is coming. I'll probably come back on because I'll have to make another connection. So in the meantime, be hopeful. And thank you for the rose, Timmy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. And the best of the day is yet to come. That's all. Bye. Yes, dress up for me, Darren.